track has, different ingredients to make it fast. Daytona, because you're on full throttle 70% of the lap, top speed is the number one most important thing. We take as much aero downforce off the car to make it fast down the straights as we possibly can and still get through the corners efficiently.
This year the team's goal is to first of all finish. That's the first objective for anybody in a 24-hour race. It's so difficult to finish. It's much harder than it sounds. You've got to be saving every bit of energy you've got for the race. Mistakes happen at this level, and mistakes happen in 24-hour races, and usually you only make one mistake and then it's trouble.
With experience, you learn to pace yourself a little bit. Me personally, my routine during the race, I don't need to do anything to get myself up for it per se. The belts get tightened down. I have this internal thing that I just turn on. Winning's always a goal. We don't turn up to a track thinking that we've got no chance to win. But at a minimum, I want to get out of here with a top 6 and take some points on into the year.
The team as a whole have a lot of 24-hour experience, and you just get through it by passion, quite honestly.
Definitely to make a car fast is attention to detail. There's so much pressure on everybody at all times. One bolt can be catastrophic. It can be the difference of winning or losing in the race, but it could also be the difference of winning and losing a car in general.
It's all in the little things that add up to the success. To try and find maybe that little edge we can do to make ourselves more competitive in the pit lane, and then let the car speak for itself on the track.
Driver lineup wasn't by accident. I wanted to balance the youth and exuberance over the more experience and the veteran status. Darren he's won all the big races in the world. He's a real professional. He brings a really good atmosphere to the team. Obviously Ross, already in a short career, has established a lot. Roman showed last year, what an amazing driver he is. And nobody's bigger than anybody else. Everybody's in it together. And that's the ideology that Gabe instills in all of us from the top down, I couldn't be more happier with the driver lineup. I think we've got some, amazing talent in those other 3 guys, and I'll try and keep up with them.
The strong sports car drivers are the ones who are able to see the bigger picture, not just about making themselves look good, but how they're going to bring on their teammates.
What it actually takes is quite different at track to track. My philosophy is first always have a good car over the distance of the race rather than a fast qualifying car. The guys have done a great job. Worked late last night. We took a few parts back to the hotel, worked on it there. It's a good learning race for us to get ready for next week.
The premise of this race today was purely for your grid spot for the 24. So it's weird to go into a race where you're just trying to protect yourself a little bit, but you do also want to find some things out about the car. We're really building up to have a really good race car. We're never really looking for the lap time for a single lap. We're looking for the car to be consistent through a whole stint, which when you add up 24 stints in a race can be very powerful.
The race was definitely interesting. I think going in, a lot of people didn't really know what to expect. The team as a whole needs to be really happy with starting 7th.
Super excited for next week. I think, with the development year we had last year, it was a bit of a struggle at the start. And I'm just really excited and looking forward to going into this year being competitive, hopefully. Historically, this race has a sprint to the end of the race in the last hour. So it's all about keeping a good car for that sprint.
You just try to get as much rest as you can and stay focused. You lose that focus, mistakes happen. You can't afford to be in the pits 5 seconds longer than anybody over the whole race or you're done. It's got to be perfect.
I hope for a top 5 finish. We're going to sure try to do it.
I've probably done over 25, maybe 30 24-hour races, both in the States and in Europe. I'm kind of used to it, and I'm the kind of person that once the race starts, I typically don't sleep. Kind of watch for each other, you see somebody that's sleeping, you let them get some rest, but you keep in mind that, hey, if you hear something on the radio and they don't move, I'm gonna have to get my buddy and, hey, get them up because we're going to the wall.
We've clearly shown we can be competitive with the other teams, with the rest of the field. So, you know, we're really hoping for top 10 finish.
Now it's down to the drivers, team, and racing luck.
Let's try and get things done, and that's it. Unless anybody's got questions, just stay focused, get things done. Let's get out of here. Get some rest tonight. You know, I'm as well prepared, I think, as I've ever been doing this race for as many years as we have. Pretty relaxed, but I think we're right in the mix, so it's just going to come down to, you know, a little luck, some strategy, and hopefully we're there in the end to fight for the win, but I feel pretty confident right now.
Four drivers already, the team look like they're in shape, ready to go. Yeah, long race, let's keep it out of trouble and see where we're in the last 4 hours.
I couldn't brake, it was just loose under braking, massive understeer in the bus stop.
Everybody's kind of said the same thing to varying degrees, so
I think like every driver are quite glad to get the first stint out of the way. Car was okay actually. You know, the normal things that drivers moan about, bit of understeer, bit of oversteer, a few braking issues, but generally it's okay. The nice thing is we're in a strong position on the straight. Maybe that affects us a little bit in braking, but come the end of the race it's better to be fast on the straight than slow on the straight and easy picking. So at the moment, yeah, I'm happy with the car.
The problem was I can feel the front brakes are having a hard time, which is why I've gone a bit more rearwards.
yeah, I pulled a lot of rake out and went way up on the tire pressure in the rear.
Yeah, and it was better. Yeah. Second stint, it was quite easy to do, like 46.9.
It's an interesting circuit because there's a lot of time where you're just flat out on the throttle, but you still got to put some steering lock on for the banking, so your arms never really get a chance to relax. I had about 6 or 7 laps where 4 or 5 cars and we're all tripping over each other, and you've just got to keep yourself aware of the people you're fighting, but also the LMPs that are coming around you, so it can be quite entertaining. I'm sure from outside it looks great, but when you're in the middle of it, it's like all hell's broken loose.
The tires in the first stint took way too long to come in, and then the last stint, it seemed to be better, but maybe too early. I kind of overkilled them, I think. I think that was my fault, just because I was battling in traffic, and I wanted to make up a few spots out of the pit, so I think I overkilled the rear.
Well, really your pace at the end was the strongest of everybody, so where were we? You were P1, buddy.
Oh, not bad. The car's pretty good when it gets going, it took a long time to get going, and in the yellows, they kind of hurt that, you know?
We're a lap down, we're trying to use strategy to get our laps back, so if we can do that we still have a shot, but we're going to have to look for a little bit of help from above, I think, right now to get ourselves in the fight, but there's still 6 hours to go, anything can happen.
Off there.
Yeah, well done guys, great to finish at Royal 24, really good job all of you, well done. We look forward to the next one, thank you.
I loved it. It was great strategy, no mistakes by the team, all the drivers, 5th place, good points for the championship. So yeah, good start to the season. It's been a real joy to be part of hard racing.
I'm just stoked, you know. I really enjoyed driving this year. The car was great from beginning to end. We had a few issues here and there. We worked ourselves around it. Strategy was great, crew was great. Just real proud of everybody that's on this team.
And you know, finishing 5th certainly isn't winning, but it's a good result. And I'm very happy. I'm very proud of the whole team, proud of everybody involved, and thankful for Gabe and Jan and Gray and you know, everybody that supports us, and just really proud of everybody that was here and did their part. But I feel like the team as a whole can compete for a championship.
Man, it was a roller coaster. You know, we were fast, we were slow, we were penalized, we were laps down. We were having trouble with the car, the dash went off, and then, you know, in the end, somehow, we ended up on the lead lap, you know? I mean, I think it's what the team deserves, but in the end, P5 taking us on to the next race. Last year, we were nowhere in the championship, now we're 5th. We scored points for being in the top 3 at the 6-hour mark at least, I believe. And we were in the top 3, we led the race a little bit, you know? Just to be in the lead at Daytona for a while, and to end up with the top 5 and take this to Sebring is gratifying in the end. We've done good today.
Yeah, it was intense and just good to get to the end with the car in one piece and with a pretty good result. We want to win the IMSA Championship, GTD, also have a lot of fun whilst doing it.